hurdle jumping includes selling the vehicle without transferring ownership or selling the vehicle to someone who cannot legally register it in their name. Why do you believe you couldn't legally register it in your name?
I went to the DMV and they...
Because he forgot to sign one of the lines. You forgot to sign one of the lines too.
I didn't sign it because it was dated 2020. It was 5 years expired.
Okay. Do you understand? This has been driving me crazy. Titles do not expire. A car's registration can expire. So he sold you, apparently, a vehicle where the registration was not current. That's not a felony. And by the way, it doesn't mean you cannot legally register it in your name. It just means there are some fees to do so.
Your Honor, I can't transfer it. She told me that at the DMV.
Right. The reason you can't transfer is because the biggest thing you need to do is certify under penalty of perjury that the odometer reading is correct. Neither of you signed there. Now, I'm a little concerned about the date. Did you just go to sleep and wake up and forget that 3 years had passed? It's 2023, right?
Yeah.
If you had written 2022, okay, that sometimes happens in February, you wrote 2020. You wrote a time that was pre-COVID.
Okay.
I mean, I don't even remember what the world was like back
All right, yeah.
How did that happen?
I have no idea. No, it was just a mistake. It was just a long day, and I don't have to write
All
much.
right. Well, you acknowledge that the registration was not up to date, correct?
Right. Yeah, exhibit A.
Yeah, years are kind of a problem here, sir, because this is a notice of renewal, which doesn't show that it was actually paid.
Okay.
But it's a notice of renewal from 2021.
Okay, it was being paid.
Okay, but that would have only made it operational until 2022. And we're here in 2023.
As far as I know, I believe it's all been paid.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and open it up.
Just a quick question. Charlie, how much money did you collect out of this transaction? Step up here, please. Because you want us to collect this purchase price from the defendant, but if you gave the money to Charlie, how much did you collect?
400.
So you got 400. So you can't expect us to give you the full amount, can you? If we're going to set aside this deal.
I don't know either of these gentlemen. I'm just here to give the scooter back because I can't do anything with it. I can't sell it.
Okay.
I can't do anything.
So, but I'm saying to you that if we give the scooter back, we can't order Charlie to give it back to you if we do it.
Correct.
So, but you have to understand that. I have nothing further. Anything further?
No.
Okay, good. We'll excuse you while we deliberate.
This courtroom is now in recess.
All right, I'm a little confused about some of the aspects of this case, but I think bottom line is she doesn't want the scooter. She can't register it without his cooperation. For whatever reason, he didn't cooperate with her. And her reference to the felony, I take your word for it, Judge, but I was totally confused about it myself, about what he was doing. Mm-hmm. I don't think looking at him and hearing him that he had any criminal intent here. And certainly her saying that was not appropriate, I guess. Just trying to encourage him to do something about the situation she was in. So I would give her back the purchase price less the money she gave that Charlie kept and have her return the scooter to the defendant.
Look, I gave her a hard time about, who she paid what, but I think she's entitled to all the money back. I think it's the defendant's problem. If he paid Charlie a commission to sell it, or she paid some of the money to his agent.
I'm on board.
I didn't understand.
I'm on board. I'm on board.
I was concerned about the arrangement until we heard that it was very clear Charlie was acting as his agent, and he was allowing Charlie to keep something as a sales commission.
Yeah.
Okay,
And just to clarify, I brought up the felony thing because, we gave the defendant a lot of flack for not responding to her, which he should have.
Right.
But she also kind of came out of the gate and said, "You've committed a felony," which I think could have contributed to why he didn't immediately respond. Because now he's concerned I may be going to jail for what he thought was an
Well, I think she went to that extreme because he wasn't being responsive.
Yeah, that's
right?
fair.
This was
that's fair.
maybe the third or fourth text to him at this point.
Yeah. I think it was overzealous, but it certainly doesn't compromise her right to recovery.
Yeah.
So I agree.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a verdict.
We have a verdict. It's $1,400 in favor of the plaintiff.
And she must return the scooter.
And plaintiff must return the scooter.
Yes.
Wonderful.